Yes, people, welcome back to the Shoestring Budget Podcast. Manchester United won, Crystal Palace won. What a frustrating evening it was for Manchester United. I wasn't planning on doing a review show straight afterwards. I like to give myself a bit of time usually to assess the game again, calm down a bit, get my thoughts into position. But after that, I'm annoyed. I'm a bit annoyed. Firstly, should have had a penalty. Don't know how that wasn't given. I think if the referee had given that, VAR weren't overturning it. Now, VAR's thing has been, they don't want to stop or get involved when the referee hasn't given it or the referee hasn't got involved. But that is a clear-cut penalty. Absolute clear-cut penalty. Get in the comments if anyone's watching. Let me know just use this as a place to vent. Now, I said at the start of the game, and if anybody watched the live stream with me, I said that this was going to be such a tough fixture. Crystal Palace don't make it easy to play football against. That's what they're good at. But also, I never saw us in a title race. I said it jovially, I think, after the City game, but I said all sorts after that game just because I was mad happy that we beat them. But I look at this and I go, this would have happened to us last year, I'd have been furious. I'd have been going off. I'd have been calling everyone everything. I would have been on Twitter, giving everyone all sorts of hell. But after this today, I'm like, I look at the lads. They were tired. Rashford today, absolutely shocking. Asif in the comments section in the watch along, he pretty much said, look, it was Rashford of last year. It was absolutely shocking. Anthony, poor from him. Really poor. No creativity coming from that midfield. Defensively, I thought they played well. But going forward, there was nothing apart from that Bruno Fernandes goal. Brilliant play from Eriksen. But once again, Manchester United drop points because we can't finish games off. We can't score more than one goal. I mean, look at our goal difference. It says it all. We're not conceding a lot of goals, but we are failing so many times to score goals. And that is why we're not in a title race. And that is why we are probably going to finish in third or fourth. Because you look at the teams around us, you look at Man City and Newcastle and Arsenal, sure it's hell Arsenal. They are making big opportunities for their forwards. They're making big advancements in their play. We can only seem to play comfortably on the counter-attack. So, and I said this during the watch-along, if we are playing in a game that we're expected to be the ones to be on the front foot, it's very difficult. Because we're not a team that can break teams down. We're not a team that can overload the box and score a bunch of goals. We're just not that team. And I think that's very important with what Erik ten Hag said after that City game. It was great that we won, etc. But we are still a team that has a long way to go. So I'm still going back to what I said at the City game. At the end of the day, Manchester United are where they are. If you'd have said that after the opening weekend, I would have bit your hand off. If you'd have said that to me at the start of the season, that we were going to get top four, it looks pretty much nailed on that we are. But it's a huge 3 points dropped. Well, 2 points dropped. I'm going to very quickly go through the player ratings. But poor really today. And it's a difficult one. A bit of me so frustrated as well because I'm like, I look at the fixture list. Arsenal aren't playing today. I don't think anyone else is playing. There's maybe Leeds or someone playing today. But Arsenal have got Sunday to Sunday off. They're in every cup the same as we are, bar the Carabao Cup. Why do we have to play this fixture? Why do we have to put Casemiro in a position where if he makes a wrong challenge, he misses a very important game at the Emirates? Which obviously he does now. Very frustrating from the Premier League. And a very poor VAR decision that went against us today. So next time all the rivals go, United get all the decisions. Not true. Absolutely not true. Let's have a look through this. Hopefully everything's in order because I wasn't planning on doing this. So, starting with this man, David De Gea. Solid. Saved us, really. He's got to get an 8. A deflected shot that nearly went in top corner. If it weren't for his heroics, it would have been a goal down. And it would have been an uphill battle then. So David De Gea gets an 8 from me. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, wow, this boy, he is reborn. Putting an absolute beast of a shift again. Number 1 right back at the moment in time. Has to be, even when Delo's fit. This man has to be in the talking line. He has to be there for me. So Delo, for me today, and he saved us right at the end. He's getting an 8.5. On point to be my man of the match. Solid, good going forward. His end ball still a bit lacking, but solid. And saved us. Raphael Varane. Rafa. Solid. Didn't really do much wrong. Closed his man down 7. Same with Martinez. Martinez, actually, I'll give it 7.5 because he played pretty much on the halfway line today. Won the ball back so many times in midfield for us. He was sort of every time like Decore or Mateta or Sahar was on that centre circle. He was there to win it back. So he was pretty much playing as a CDM in this game, but I'm going to give him a 7.5 just because I think he was slightly better than Varane. Luke Shaw, 8. Solid performance again, going up the flanks. Nearly scored in the first half. Very unlucky not to, in all honesty. But Luke Shaw today gets an 8. Casemiro. My boy misses the Arsenal game. After a challenge he had to make, Zaha would have been pretty much through. But yet again, put in a needless position. A position he didn't need to be put in. And he's put in there. But solid performance, gets a 9 for me today. Thought he was fantastic. Asif's going with an 8. But so frustrating that he's now missing not even our biggest game of the season anymore. But we have to do better at trying to take a game to these teams. But I trust our manager. I know our manager's going to do that for us. And we are maybe 1 or 2 players off what we need. Maybe even 2 or 3. But the forward line today, I'll get to them in a minute. I wasn't impressed. Eriksen, beautiful assist for the Bruno Fernandes goal. Beautiful assist. Again, didn't really have much to do. I'm going to go and give him an 8.5. Just because of the assist, but I don't think he had much to do. Won his battles in midfield pretty much. Can't remember him losing out too many times. But brilliant assist. Bruno, the man, the captain. He gets an 8.5 as well for me today. Great finish. All over the pitch today. Covered every blade of grass. Thought it was really, really good. Led the team well. Had a bit of arguments with Anthony. But I thought he was good. Now, Marcus Rashford, very poor. Giving Marcus Rashford a 5 today. A generous 5. He looked tired, and that's why I'm being generous. He looked to me like he's playing with injury. It's a difficult one for Erik Ten Hag because on one hand you go, yeah, maybe you should have took him off and rested him for this game, or maybe brought him on as a sub if we needed him. But when he's in the form that he's in, you don't want to put someone like that on the bench. You don't want to do that. So Marcus was didn't track back. Going forward wasn't great. Didn't really have a chance. Alton Matanga's put... I don't know what that is, Alton. Big up to you, bro. I hope you're good. Drop a like and a subscribe on the channel, bro. But Marcus Rashford wasn't at it today. Anthony, I'm going to give a 4. Anthony was so poor today. Did literally nothing today. Ran at his man. I'm excited to see Jadon Sancho when he comes back, because I think them two are going to egg each other on really well. We see it in all over the positions at Manchester United. You've got Luke Shaw at left back with Malacia. You know, he has to. Luke Shaw has to perform because he knows Malacia's coming in. Martinez and Varane, they know they've got cover there. Not that we want to see him, but do you know what I mean? He's got Harry Maguire and Lindelof. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's got Diogo Dalot. Casemiro and Eriksen have got Fred and McTominay. Again, not that we want to see that partnership ever again, but they've still got competition there. On the left, Marcus Rashford, I mean, he's untouchable, but he's got Garnacho clipping his heels now. Anthony Martial, we've seen the worst from him this season, but he's got no competition until Weghorst comes in. And Anthony's got no competition until Jadon Sancho comes back, other than Anthony Elanga. And Elanga, come on, he ain't it, is he? Anthony's been lacking a bit lately, says Tom. I agree. Assis put Sancho in, Anthony out next game. I think it's a very difficult one. I think going into the Arsenal game, you need Jadon Sancho to have played today. He can't go into that game. It's his first game back. It's a very hard game. I'd be very surprised if we played with Anthony out on the right. You know, I think Bruno's going to play out on the right. But it all depends now because of what's happened with Casemiro. It's a big, big loss. But Anthony 4, so poor today. And he really needs to take these chances. But I do think when he has Jadon Sancho clipping his heels to get back in that starting lineup, he is going to really struggle. And he's going to have to up his game to make sure he gets regular minutes. And a debut for Wout Weghorst. Very frustrating from him today. No real chances created for him. No good balls in. We played very similar to Burnley today in terms of our creativity. So I thought his link-up play was solid. His hold-up play was solid. He was making good runs. His press was good. I'm going to go with a 7. I thought he did well. We just didn't play to his strengths. And it's going to take time to learn how to play to his strengths. Does he play against Arsenal on Sunday? If Anthony Martial's fit, then no. Not in my opinion. But he's a good option to come on from the bench. And he's a good option in these kind of games that we need someone in. But what annoyed me the most, right, and I said it during the stream, was when Wout Weghorst went off, we started crossing the ball. We started trying to put the ball in the box more. And I'm like, we've just taken our guy off and now you're playing like that. Very frustrating. But those are the player ratings. 2 points dropped. But it's a process, guys. Don't get too held up on this. Don't get too frustrated. It was a frustrating game. And that's the exact game that Crystal Palace wanted us to have. That is literally what they wanted us to do. So, fair play to them. They did what they needed to do. We sadly didn't. And we'll see. Big, important game coming up against Arsenal on Sunday. Me and Tom will no doubt do a stream, probably Friday, maybe a preview, maybe Friday or Saturday night. We're going to do a preview for that. I'm also going to try and get something out on Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Tom, if you could get translation for Jose Sanchez's comment here, that'll be really helpful. Thank you, Jose, and welcome to the channel. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Very intrigued to see what you've got to say. I'm going to see if there's a translate button here. But absolutely crazy game. Let me know what you all think. What are your thoughts? Vent. This is a good time to vent. But very frustrating. Please make sure you support the channel. We do all the live watch-alongs. We do shows throughout the week where we discuss all Manchester United things. If you're a United fan, help the channel grow, help the community grow. 5 off 100 now. So please help us out. But very frustrating. Bear with me, Jose. I'm going to try and get a translation for this because I want to reply to you, bro. Right, let me have a look here. Good old Google Translate. Greetings from Venezuela, Crystal Palace. Some words don't come across. Rashford. I can see Rashford and Anthony in there, but I can't read the rest. It's not coming through very clearly. But thank you, Jose from Venezuela. Thank you for joining the channel. Much appreciated. Right, I'm done. I've got nothing more at this point to add. I'll probably do a more of an in-depth review tomorrow or something with Tom. Get him on the show, maybe get a couple of other people on, see what's going on. Love to all of you. Don't let this be a downer, guys. We are building. We'll come back strong. We've got the best manager for the job. We're going to be taken over by a new owner very, very soon. And everything's going to be so positive. I can feel it. Stay positive, stay united, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.